With the Y-Brush Duo, I can spend 2 minutes brushing all my teeth with the traditional Sonic style brush head, or I can opt to clean all of them with the Y-shaped set of bristles in as little as 10 to 20 seconds. It's an interesting adaptation to a regular electric toothbrush, and one I have to say works pretty well. It gives me a choice, and for the money I think it's worth considering, particularly if you just want to get your teeth brushed as quickly as possible. Y-Brush has made a name for itself by being one of the first companies to design a mouthpiece style toothbrush that can clean the teeth in as little as just 10 seconds. Where a normal toothbrush covers one surface of just 1 or 2 teeth at a time, this doesn't. It covers all surfaces of all the teeth in the upper or lower jaw at the same time. It can mean a saving of up to 110 seconds per brushing session compared to a conventional toothbrush, be that manual or electric. My testing a couple of years ago showed that the cleaning results were pretty good, all things considered, but not quite a match for a regular Sonic toothbrush. Well, now Y-Brush has designed a product that offers the best of both. It's a regular Sonic electric toothbrush that allows the Y-Brush head to be attached. I like the idea. It's a clever approach and gives me choice as to which head style I use. For me, the most important thing to consider is the cleaning results, and all in all, they are not that bad at all. But the results depend on the head and brushing time. When using the traditional Sonic brush head for the dentist recommended 2 minutes, the plaque removal results are, in my opinion, comparable to most other Sonic brushes in this price range, so it passes the test here. With the Y-shaped head attached, the theory is at least you can clean the teeth in as little as 5 seconds per arch. The results are not bad considering so little time spent brushing, but I found a lot of plaque remains and I would strongly encourage brushing for much longer. When I brush with this head for a full 2 minutes, I have no complaints. However, the sweet spot for me seemed to be around 20 seconds per arch, so 40 seconds in total. It's a bit longer than Y-Brush would suggest, but still a lot less brushing time than when brushing with the regular head. I have found that I need to wiggle the head side to side and up and down during that time to maximise the cleaning results. Whilst I found the bristles reach most areas of the teeth and gum line, the movement allowed them to make contact with the areas they weren't in contact with when just placed over the teeth. It just so happened that during my testing of this brush, Y-Brush happened to announce the results of a clinical study. That independent research found that the Y-Brush head was as effective as a regular Sonic toothbrush from the likes of Philips Sonicare, but with the need to brush for only 1 minute in total rather than 2, essentially making the unique head 2 times more effective. The study showed the results were the same on day 7 and day 30. The timing and results are particularly interesting as they kind of align with what I've found. I've not tested this under scientific conditions, but it is interesting how my plaque disclosing highlighted the need to brush for longer. It's not the 110 second time saving each brushing session. However you look at it, you and I could save a lot of time brushing each month and year if we were using the Y-Brush head. Traditional toothbrushing might only be 2 minutes, but even that can feel quite a long time when you have to do it at least twice a day, every day. Built into the brush heads are 35,000 nylon bristles. I have to say they are nice and soft and positioned at the ideal angles. My main complaint is that I find that there is a tendency to use more toothpaste and some can get stuck within the bristles. There are possible solutions, but I won't go into these in this video. Since I first tested the Y-Brush style head, I have had braces and aligned my teeth. The cleaning results have subsequently improved. Had my teeth not changed since my last test, I can't say whether the difference or improvement would have been as significant. I have reservations as to whether those with particularly cramped mouths, crowded or misaligned teeth would benefit as much, but I do still think there are gains to be had. During use, the Y-shaped head doesn't deliver quite the same invigorating brushing experience as I've got with some other Sonic toothbrushes. There is no reference to the number of movements in the bristles in any of the product information. It isn't as powerful as a premium Sonicare handle, but felt comparable to a more affordable option. I found using this head fairly comfortable, although it was much tighter in my lower jaw than my upper. I could only wiggle it a little side to side when brushing my lower teeth. When over my upper teeth, I was able to move the head much more freely. Make no mistake, this is a bit of a mouthful and won't be to everyone's liking. It does flex quite a bit too, which has its pros and cons, but on the whole I would say the stability and flexibility is about right. I got a bit better with practice, but the shape of it did make me dribble a bit, particularly when using it on my lower teeth. It's a very tight fit to get the head onto the handle. Even as a fully able male, I found it pretty tough. Not a deal breaker, but something to be aware of. The plastic handle of the brush doesn't feel as good quality as comparable product. It feels, and in my opinion looks, a little cheaper. It is by no means a reason to avoid the brush. A positive is the shape. Although the handle is rounded, it has been designed in such a way that there are lots of flatter panels that create squarer edges that make the handle feel more grippy in the hand and unique compared to a lot of other brushes I have tested. With no rubber grips, just plastic, the handle is easy to keep clean. There are 5 different cleaning modes, all of which last for 2 minutes, automatically powering off the brush at the end of the cycle. There is a 30-second pacer that I like to see present too. There is no pressure sensor to alert me if I'm brushing too hard, which is a shame. That said, it's harder to apply too much force if using the Y-shaped head. I don't understand why none of the modes are configured with a shorter running time, given that is one of the main selling points of this brush head. Yes, you can press the power button to end the mode early, but it feels like an opportunity missed. There is a difference between the way each mode works. I generally recommend sticking with the clean mode. There wasn't quite the power variance between the clean and sensitive mode as I expected. There is no dedicated button to change modes. I have to press the power button. Thus, it's not possible to change the modes before turning the brush on. It will default to the last used mode though. The mode labels complete with LEDs are easy to understand. This is something you don't get with affordable Oral-B brushes. The battery life is said to be around 1 month, and I achieved well in excess of this in my testing. I'm a big fan of the USB Type-C charger on the base of the handle. A USB-A to Type-C charging cable is supplied, no plug adapter though. You will have to source your own or make use of one you might already have if you were to buy this brush. Such a setup can make it more convenient for some, particularly those on the go. You don't get a travel case to protect the brush and head though. I've often been concerned about the reliability of other brushes with exposed charging ports on the base of the brush, but my concerns haven't played out in daily use. Water hasn't ingressed and damaged the ports as I might have expected. Extra peace of mind would come from having a cover over the port, but based on past experience, I am not as concerned as I once was. Producing around 64 decibels of sound, it is comparable to many sonic brushes. There is quite an audible humming noise that is produced. The DuoBrush costs around $80 or £52, which I think is a pretty fair asking price. It's a little harder to calculate the longer term ownership cost due to the 2 different brush heads included. Y-Brush offers a pack with a Y-shaped and standard sonic head that costs approximately $45 or £35. Over 3 years this does make the DuoBrush more expensive, but then again it could reduce your brushing time quite considerably, which might be worth the extra spend. If you are in the market for a new electric toothbrush and want the benefits of a traditional sonic toothbrush and the mouthpiece style brush head for quicker brushing, I think the DuoBrush is a decent choice. If you already own a Sonicare electric toothbrush, Y-Brush does manufacture a compatible head, so you could potentially achieve the same result with less cost, although there's at least one caveat to be aware of as I highlight in this video.